Welcome back! This is part 2 of creating your ultimate inventory system using your Google Workspace. Today, we're going to be adding Sheetgo forms into the workflow we've already created. If you haven't seen the first video, go back one step. Otherwise, let's go right into it. So, we've talked about creating this robust system where we have a single source of truth, right? And we have our check-in file and our checkout file. And it's fine if we have a couple of people in our team. But let's say you have a lot of people in multiple different teams and you're getting those people to submit the check-in and checkout data directly in your spreadsheet. You might run into some deleting problem, right? So how can we get our single source of truth to be a source of truth? That is by adding forms. Forms are great not only for that reason, but it also makes it super easy and straightforward to be working in a warehouse, or if you're on the go from your phone, you can simply just check in your items, check out, and continue with your day's work. Why are we choosing Sheetgo forms at this point? We love other forms, but we couldn't find one that would be exactly what we needed. So we've created this whole system on spreadsheets, and now we just want to kind of add a new form on top of the spreadsheet that we've already created. And also, if we edit the spreadsheet because we might add pricing in the future or have two warehouses or I don't know, whatever it is that you want to do, we still want to keep the flexibility of the spreadsheet without being limited by the form. Sheetgo forms mirror your spreadsheet. It's like stomping a form on top of your sheet and it will copy exactly how it looks like. So let's get straight into creating Sheetgo forms. So we have our spreadsheets done, right? We've already created them. So all we need to do is configure our spreadsheets. Let's go into our checkout date and make sure that it's configured as a date. Cool, we have that. This is an email. These values, remember that they come automatically from my SKU. And then we have volume, which should be only numbers, no letters or anything. And then we have our SKU, which could be a barcode scanner. Let's see what happens when we just create a Sheetgo form with this spreadsheet that we currently have. So we're going to go to new form. We're going to call it, and then we're going to select the file, which is the check-in file. It was just right there, but multiple ways of using Sheetgo. And let's look how easy it is to create a form once you already set up your spreadsheet. So here we have a preview, and we already see that it's quite all right. We want the response destination to be same as the source. We can talk about settings later. Confirmation message as well. Let's do it later. This is how fast you can create a form with Sheetgo. So we already see that just by formatting the column, we see that this is automatically a date. Submitted by, item name, unit of measure, volume, and everything. And this is a great form already, but let's make it even better. So let's go back into our file. Let's add some configurations into here. Sheetgo Forms configurations are these placeholders that we add into the column to tell the form how we want it to act. So for instance, I would love it if my check-in date was by default today. So I'm going to write default today. Submitted by. Again, it would be great if this already came automatically, right? Now, if we do want the default to be an email, the user who's submitting the information has to be signed in. So again, this is optional, depends right up to you. But it's pretty cool for security as well. I mean, you always want to know one of your team members is signed in order to submit the information. So this could be default email. Let's add barcode to this one. And then volume, we want it to be a number. Okay. So let's refresh and see how it looks like. Cool. So already, by setting defaults, the form already gives me pre-configurations, right? So the check-in date is today. The submitted by is the email that I'm using this with. And this one already gives me a volume. So I know that here we have to have a number. And I have my barcode scanner, which works great with any device, with any camera. You can even add a scan gun if that's something that could work in your inventory management. Now, let's take it further. Because these pieces of information come directly from your VLOOKUP, maybe they don't even need to go in your form. So we can actually hide. There you go. Pretty cool. So let's sync again. and voila, it's hidden. So this is what's great about Sheetgo forms. You can add columns to your spreadsheets, edit them, take out, and just sync the form, and it'll continue inputting data into that same tab, your same master database. There's many different configurations, from custom regex to drop-down menus to checkbox. You can have different pages. You can literally do so many things with forms. If you want to get inspired, check out all these examples of forms that we've already created, as well as our documentation. You can do literally anything you want with our Sheetgo forms. And that's it. Just replicate this for all your other connections, and you'll have forms for every piece of information that you want. Input it not directly in your spreadsheet. Thank you for watching so far. Remember to subscribe to our channel and keep watching if you want to learn how to add notifications to your system. Automate your Google Workspace.